Hello and welcome back everyone to our newest episode in Loremaster leveling, where some of you probably still could see that Tauren walk away, a real Loremaster gracing the episode. So we finally made it to Azshara, and last time I cut off just before explaining a bit more about the Darkspear trolls. So the deal with the Darkspear trolls essentially is that trolls in general are one of the elder races with the night elves. So they're probably, well, technically night elves are also part of the troll race. There's been so much evolution going on that now they look quite different and are a distinct race themselves. And the troll tribes essentially form mostly under the jungle trolls, so the Gurubashians and the Lari, as a form of social hierarchy, whereas the troll sub-races, like something that the Night Elves belong to, or the Ice Trolls in Northrend belong to, or the Sand Trolls, which are also confusingly a tribe of their own, in Zul'Farrak belong to, are something a bit more distinct. But we are now only going to focus on the Darkspears for a bit because we are in Azshara and we will be meeting more trolls in Stranglethorn Vale, so I don't want to take all the content out of those future episodes. So the reason the Darkspear are part of the Horde is that they were a very small tribe located mostly on the shores and islands around Stranglethorn Vale, and when Thrall met them, they were fighting a Naga and we will get, well, I did tell you what Naga were, so you know all about Naga already, but they were fighting a Naga who ended up killing the present Darkspear leader, Vol'jin's father, in the battle that ensued. And because Thrall helped them so much, Vol'jin swore to basically follow Thrall. And in return, Thrall gave them the Darkspear trolls a new home on the Echo Isles here in Kalimdor. If we go to the map and select here, we can see there's the Echo Isles. That's where the trolls made their new home. But yeah, that is essentially, in brief, the Reader's Digest version of troll or Darkspear history and why they're part of the Horde. Now, Vol'jin has some friction with the newest war chief, Garrosh Hellscream, and that's why we see epithets like Darkspear Loyalist being thrown around with some NPCs. But yeah, so let's continue with our journey through Azshara though. And what is Azshara? Let's pick up these quests. So, what is Azshara? Azshara is one of the old High Elven zones, named after Queen Azshara. Most of it is actually underwater, so we can see here there's lots of like craggy islands and weird inlets of oceans, and it just looks like something has gone terribly wrong in terms of the sea moving in on the land and stuff like that, like everything's been flooded. And that's actually what happened in the Sundering. So what the Horde now wants to do, and what Saurfang also mentioned, it was to terraform all of this, make this habitable again. And the reason why they do it is that if we zoom in a bit more on the map here, Azshara is the northernmost point of what could be called Horde territory, like Horde core territory. It didn't used to be that way in Vanilla BC or Wrath. It was kind of a contested zone, and nobody really lived here. So the classical Horde border goes from here, which is Durotar, Northern Barrens, Stone Talon Mountains. Nobody lives in Desolace really, so that wasn't Horde territory. Mulga, where the Tauren live. Feralas, which was more like Druidi centered, but some Tauren lived there, so we will count that as Horde. We have the Southern Barrens and Thousand Needles. this, Dustfall on March, was more part of the Alliance than it was the Horde. And there were some things with the Black Dragonflight there with Onyxia, Deathwing's daughter. We already met Deathwing in one of the previous episodes. And south here, like Silithurst, Ungoro, Tanaris, Uldum, and Ankiraj, nobody really lived there, and nobody claimed it as their own. So we could see that the Horde actually just live in a very narrow corridor of Kalimdor, and most of it is very harsh land. So say Stone Talon is mostly just mountains, as the name says it. And now with the Sundering, the Cataclysm, Thousand Needles, as we can see, has completely been flooded by water. So we've got all these population issues where people need to be relocated, and we are accepting new races into the Horde, like the Goblins, and in the future the Pandas as well. This is still Cataclysm timeline, so even though we can see Pandas, they do not exist as far as the timeline is concerned. Sorry, squeaky chair. So that's why the Horde is basically saying, okay, this land north of our capital isn't used by anyone. We need more space. We're going to create more space by terraforming it. Hey, Mr. Loremaster is back. And that is what we're here to help do as goblins and as the player. But obviously, this being an old High Elven zone, the Night Elves aren't too keen on us encroaching on it, so we need to kill some Tolrendis scouts. We need to find some food for the troops, and we need to capture one runaway shredder. So let's get on with it. And there we have a stag. And over there we can also see a shredder. And over there as well. So let's get the stag meat. And take the belt. Because we want to sell something. Where is that? There's the scout. There we go. One of them is slayed. Let's throw shuriken at the shredder. Yeah, I was thinking, what was it throwing at me? Nothing ever landed, but that was a very slow moving projectile. Syntax error, line 14 sequence, flee for life, entering passive mode, click. Yeah, I have classes where I need to do some programming just with like something simple like Python, and syntax error is already a thing unto itself that people really hate. So now what we need to do with this shredder, and why we needed to capture it in the first place, is to get some lumber. So is it here? No. Why are you not there? We are gathering the lumber. And we can also see that when we reach Ashenvale, there was a Horde outpost there, even during vanilla, a sizable one, which is also the reason why we have the Warsong Gulch battleground, which is located there. That was gathering lumber. But now the resource strain on the Horde has grown so big that we actually need to start cutting even more trees from Ashenvale, which obviously the Night Elves, who love their trees, as most elves do, stereotypically at least, don't like, so there's lots of conflict going on there. Now we need to use the Shredder's Buzzsaw to cut down Azshara saplings and kill 9 Talrendis snipers as they emerge. Kind of cruel, but effective. Can agree on that. And the Ashenvale is a great zone for Night Elf Horde tensions as well, because you might remember I told you that Garish's father, Gromash Hellscream, was the first orc to drink Manoros demon blood, but also the one who made sure that the orcs got rid of the curse. Well, he didn't only drink the demon's blood twice. This is why Gromash is such a tragic character, but also interesting character. He drank it once. He drank it twice. So yeah, he didn't only drink it once, he drank it twice. Sorry, getting ahead of myself. And the second time he did it was to fight Cenarius, the demigod of the woods, who taught the Night Elf Druidism when he wanted to settle down. Yeah, okay, now the tree's falling. Settle down in Ashenvale. Because he was basically going like, oh, there's this really great threat going to bear down upon my fellow orcs here. And one of the demons actually showed him a pool or fountain of demon blood in order to trick him into drinking it, and he saw no other way out of this hopeless situation than drinking the demon's blood, because then he thought he could actually fight Cenarius, which he could, and he won. This is all, by the way, in the Warcraft 3, I think, yeah, it's Reign of Chaos RPG, if you follow the storyline there. Not RPG, but real-time strategy game. If you follow the storyline there, that's one of the missions that you'll do. And then when he finally freed the orcs from the demon blood curse, that also happened in Ashenvale. So the Night Elves blame the orcs for a host of things that happen in Ashenvale, not only taking their wood, but also hurting their beloved demigod Cenarius, bringing in a demonic infestation when they fought Manoroth there, which still exists to this day. So yeah, the Night Elves, within reason, or with reason obviously, are not that happy about seeing orcs in their woods, because they could very easily go just, well, before the orcs showed up, we had no problems at all with demons and people taking our wood. Well, in terms of demons, they certainly did have their problems, but at least in Ashenvale there were no demons. So those demons, the orcs did bring themselves to Ashenvale. The other demons, that was on the Night Elves, or at least the High Elves. They brought the first demons to Azeroth. Okay, we've completed that quest. And now we need to apparently deal with the Night Elf raiders that are attacking our camp. So let's go. And yeah, once again we're in a shredder. Very nice for a goblin to do that. Bit stranger when you're someone like a Tauren who actually cares about nature and you're doing these quests, but more often than not the game actually steers you to the Northern Barrens, so you won't have to do these very goblin-y slash modern orcs or garish's type of horde orc quests as a Tauren, unless you actively choose to do so. Let's see how... This is strange. I can't seem to be able to control how far these grenades shoot. They just have a set distance, and that is it. But we will be able to figure it out one way or the other, or just kill raiders without worrying about the grenade at all. Yeah, I mean, I'm still trying to figure it out, sort of, with not much luck. But maybe if we keep shooting it like this, we will hit something. There we go. We actually managed to kill something with it as well. Our shredder is dangerously low though, so we might not want to just pull things willy-nilly, or we might actually have the next death in the Let's Play series on our hands. Alright, so let's get rid of these guys. And now let's shoot them. Boom, boom. Alright. There, we've gotten that guy. And there we go. We've got 18. Alright, now we've once again gotten a bit too many of these guys. So let's flee. Okay. Alright, now we have some NPCs who are coming to help us, so we might actually not die. Fingers crossed. There we go. We managed to get out of this, so let's return that quest. Alright, and now here we have an ancient, which are nature, holy, to the night elf, holy manifestations of nature. Basically very old trees that are ancients. They're ancients of law, which know a lot of things. Obviously all of the ancients know things, but some are more scholarly. And then you have ancients of war, which the night elves actually use as weapons of war. So let's go. This one is an ancient of war, so let's go and get our replacement shredder and go cut it down. There we go. So now we actually have a heal, which is good. Oh yeah, just to demonstrate to you that it actually worked, I misclicked there. But it doesn't have a long cooldown, only 12 seconds, so that will refresh by the time we actually find the Ancient of War, the Talrendis Ancient. And then when we've done that, we will get back to killing some more venison and slaying 4 more scouts. Luckily there's lots of venison here, so we are not wasting much time by actually going here first. Let's see. There, now. So let's just shoot grenades. Okay, now we are currently put into our snared. That's also, the entangling roots is also druid ability, which is nice. Alright, let's use our heal. And he has such a large hitbox, which is the red circle, and we can actually just continue spamming the grenades without fearing that we won't hit him. Okay, and he's down at 10% now, so let's do the rest. There we go, he is down. We can jump out of this and start killing the deer, or the stags. Oh, and this one decided he would not drop us the venison. We pulled a scout as well, so let's use our eviscerate on him. And then just go like that. Slab of venison, yeah. No, didn't drop either. There's another Talrendis scout, so let's pull that one. And let's another Talrendis scout. Our penultimate one that we need to kill, and there's our ultimate one. There we go, that quest is finished. Now let's try and find some stags that actually drop the meat that we need. There we go. No. Let's use our rocket. There we go. But what is wrong with these stags? They just don't want to drop the venison. And it doesn't say we need the shredder for it, does it? Yeah. Just need to kill these weak and moss hoof stags. They should drop it, which they don't. Strangely enough. I wonder if I... Oh, we got a missive, which gives us a quest. So the wax seal on these orders has been freshly broken. You can't read the carefully penned Night Elven script, but a small hand-drawn map indicates the nearby ruins. Underneath the map, written in a different language entirely, are a series of runes penned in a metallic shimmering ink. Agtor will no doubt want to see this important piece of intelligence. So Agtor is the orc. Yeah, I don't know if we actually somehow managed to bug the drop rate of the moss hoof stag. Let's hope not. If we did, no, we didn't. I think it just didn't like us trying to kill them that far away from camp, even though these are exactly the same stags, they're named the same. So let's just kill them like this, and then we've finished that. We can return all of the quests at the same time. Yes. Okay, now you're not out of range. There we go. We pulled another one just so we can speed this up slightly. There we go. We need 8 more. We have a Loremaster. I mean, we do have the title as well, but am I using a title at all? No, we're using the Explorer, which is a title you get when you've explored all the different zones completely. Loremaster is when you've done all the, not literally all, but like 95% of the quests in every single zone. Ooh, Malachite. Alright, so I'm going to finish this quest with the weekend Mosuf stags and then call it an episode. So let's hope that our drop rate actually improves. Oh, a fire wand. They like dropping their uncommons. We need 5 more. Yeah, 3 more. Oh, 2 more. Let's move more towards camp because there's probably some Mosuf stags close by there, and that way we don't have to walk as much. Yeah, one bad thing about goblins is that because they're so short, the way I like to position my camera, it sometimes just goes through the high grass. No, there's no Pokemon in the high grass, sadly. But it goes through the high grass, and all you see is the high grass swing as we walk through it. Very hobbity experience. Okay, we need to kill one more. Well, not kill one more stag, we need to kill a stag that drops the moss. Yeah, which wasn't that one. So come on, we need one more piece of meat. Alright. Let's see. There we have one. Let's hope that you actually drop it. There we go. And shoot it with a rocket. Oh, there. No, you didn't want to drop it either. Might there be something on with this side of the camp that has stags that refuse to drop the meat? I mean, I used to always make up elaborate stories in my head as to why things that should drop something, like say you want the meat of the stags and then you kill a stag that doesn't drop the meat, or you need bear heads, oh, scout, and then you kill a bear and there's no head, was that you killed it in a fashion that rendered the object that you were supposed to get from it, be it meat, paws, ears, heads, useless or not recognizable as coming from that species. So I'd always cheer my character on, like, okay, now when you land the killing blow, make sure that you take care not to destroy the part that you're supposed to be, like, returning to the quest giver. So let's see, let's kill this one without disintegrating all the meat then. Come on. No, we just, I don't know, we hacked and slashed at this so much that all the meat just is stripes and completely useless. But hey, maybe we could have like sold it as like, what do you call it, ground beef, yeah. But no, he clearly wants just like slabs of venison. So there's another horrendous scout. There's another Mosuf stag somewhere here. There. The upside of doing it like this, where the drop rate is just crap for us, is that we do get, there we go, 2 slabs, we only need 1. We got a lot of, well, not a lot, but we got extra XP from killing all of that stuff. So now let's not get stuck on anything and return the quests and then call it an episode. So let's see, we have Agtor and the Goblin foreman or labor captain grab it. So let's go to grab it first. Oh nice, it gives us a wood chipper dagger. You did it, Tafarona. The invaders have pulled back and they told me I was crazy for installing a grenade launcher on a wood chipper. Great work with the shredder, with an impressive showing like that right here on the war chief's doorstep. The Horde can't doubt what Goblin technology can do for them. I owe you a big thanks. There we go. Now we are revered with Bilgewater Cartel. And we need to find Horzag Zignibble at the Ogrimmar Rocketway Exchange in Azshara, which is the next camp. Okay, here's the venison. We get some money. And we've killed the scouts, which means we get uncommon boots that are worse than the ones that we have. So they're just going to get sold. And here we have the return of the Highbone. You found something on one of the bodies, you say? Give it here. Agtor squints at the parchment, turning it in the light. No, I can't make sense of it either, but I don't like what I see. Are these arcane runes? I'll need you to deliver this to an expert. So let's find ourselves an expert. We need to deliver the scout's orders to Malnea, Skyreaver at the Ogrimmar Rocketway Exchange. So Agtor here says, our Blood Elven allies have been examining the ruins marked on this map, can likely understand this mysterious script. Seek out the one called Malnea Skyreaver. She conducts her research from the Ogrimmar Rocketway Exchange just north of here. It's part of the new Goblin transit system that snakes across this land. Quickly now. Alright. So in the next episode I will do a bit of a recap on the Highborn and Blood Elves and Night Elves and all this kind of stuff, because we're getting into that territory again. And we will obviously also continue our journey through Azshara here. So I have been SneakyBot. Thank you for watching, and as always, do like, do subscribe, and do share the video. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.